Hey guys, you probably have already heard nerfs happened. Big nerfs. Edwin 4 mana, Bogspine Knuckles 3 attack. It's going to be a big change. Check out my video where I talk about the nerfs. You want my thoughts, but you're probably wondering what the heck should I play. I got 5 decks for you guys that I all think will be good. Some of them harder than others, but I think not only that, they're decks you wouldn't expect, except for the first one, because it's not a no hands game or top 5 list if I don't tell you to play Zoo. So I'm gonna play Zoo. If you watch my video, I expect Zoo to be a big winner. Being Evolved Shaman just being a little bit slower makes a big difference in the matchup for Zoo, and a lot of the reason you lose a Zoo, I find, because Edwin's Zoo doesn't have the hard move of a Shadow or Death or a Silence. So your opponent has an Edwin, you have to trade it off. So just having that turn slower and that little less, the Edwin being a little bit smaller because you have to use more mana, makes a huge difference for Zoo. So I expect Zoo to be a big winner, and I believe the stats agree with me. So this is the list I was using last night. I really just swapped out a potion vendor for a broomstick for my previous list. So feel free to try the old list, try this list. Both are good. Next, I got Aggro Rogue. So with regular Rogue kind of being weaker, you can probably go back to playing Aggro. I expect Zoo to be on the uprise as well. So Aggro Rogue, I expect to be strong. I'm already playing these on ladder. It's really annoying. They hit me in the face. So check this out. This is just like a run-of-the-mill Aggro Rogue list. But another big thing is people are already starting to cut Kobold Sticky Fingers. So things like Hook Schmitter become better. So weapon lists, stuff like that. A lot of my decks I'm showing you guys today run weapons because Kobold Sticky Fingers going down helps out a lot of decks. Next deck is no exception. Bomb Warrior. You guys have heard of it, and if you saw, like, while I think ETC Warrior is still going to be strong, the reality is it had a good matchup against Rogue. So, and with Rogue potentially getting less popular, unless Aggro Rogue goes way up in popularity, I expect it maybe to either be the same or maybe even hurt in that way. Where Bomb Warrior having less Kobold Stickies against meta will be insane. And just having all these Evolved Shaman and World Kick Rogue also just benefits Bomb directly. Just those decks being weaker, it helps Bomb Warrior get online faster. You know, big high roll Edwins are often a way to beat Bomb Warrior as Rogue, and it's just a little bit harder to do that, and that makes a big difference. So I expect Bomb Warrior. Now, you won't catch me dead playing Bomb Warrior. I didn't bring it to GM once. I haven't brought it to a single Masters Tour, despite it being one of the decks. I hate Bomb Warrior. So when I'm advising you to play this deck, it's from a place of I want you guys to win, even though I hate this deck. So, you know, you want to win, go play some Bomb Warrior. I expect it to be good. Last deck, something that I've seen tons of players play the deck, but, you know, there's not as strong as it's good, but, you know, the 5th deck, I like being something a little bit spicy, and people are playing it's a top 100 legend, but it's hard. And, oh, I forgot one step. So we'll go to that one less. Enhancement Shaman is the next one, and this is also already being played at top 200 legend. And if you watched my previous video, it is a big winner from because it's still benefiting from that Cage Max Custodian, but with the meta being a little bit slower, it just gives you a little bit more time to get those lethals. With World Kick Rogue and Evolved Shaman just being a little bit slower, and it's way better off in a face race than it is. You know, if your opponent makes a 10-10 Edwin with this deck, you just lose because unless you high roll like a devolving missiles from Instructor Fireheart, but good luck with that. So I think Enhancement Shaman kind of has some of the benefits of the powerful new buffs for Shaman weapons, for the Cage Max Custodian, Storm Strike, and in our Storm Crash, but doesn't have the nerf. So I expect this deck to do a lot better, especially if Zoo rises, because this deck does even better against Zoo than Evolved Shaman. So if Zoo goes crazy, I expect this deck to be rising a lot. It's stock. And the final deck is Malygos Druid. I'm already seeing this being played on top 200 legend. and it's a deck I haven't really practiced, but when it goes off, it's cool and it looks fun. You know, you Breath of Dreams, you ramp up and you do your crazy auctioneer turns. You might go a Geppetto, get a 1-mana auctioneer, go like crazy. And if your opponent doesn't kill you quickly, this deck annihilates it. So your best chance to beat this deck is killing them quickly. Well, you know what helps kill people quickly? Giant Edwins and Evolved Dread Corsairs, which aren't going to be coming anymore. So just that meta being a little bit slower, having the little less of the high rolls of the boards, makes it easy for this deck to, you know, ramp up, draw to their win condition, and then kill you. So, you know, I expect the meta to adjust for this, but I think it's a super fun deck if you want to play some Druid, and but it's hard. So, you know, this isn't the, you know, like I said, if you want to win, play Zoo or play Bomb Warrior. Those are the decks I expect to benefit that are, and Bomb Warrior probably being the easiest, but I hate it. I refuse to play it. I'm not going to play it on stream. Sorry, guys. But Zoo and those aggro decks, Enhancement Shaman and Aggro Rogue, I expect to do well. But Malygos Druid, if you want to play something that might be really benefiting, I expect you to try this out. Like I said, popular. I play more of these than Rogues or than Shamans. So it's already popular. It's hard, but it's something that you wanted something a little different that does perform at top legend when played well. Try this out. So those are my top 5 decks. Still some of the decks that you'll probably see maybe rise, things like OTK Demon Hunter, World Kick Rogue's going to still probably be around, Evolved Shaman's probably around, but you guys don't want to play those decks. And those decks might go down in stock. You never know. Sometimes a deck will come back like sort of, but not as strong, and sometimes nerfs destroy decks completely. Even the smallest nerf can have a huge difference. So these are my decks. Try them out, and hope you guys like them. Thanks, everybody.